So I think that we need some confidence building measures as both presidents have called for. Both countries have very high tariffs against the goods going across the Pacific, and excluding whole product areas, perhaps permanently, would be an easy first step that both governments should take. Let's keep the national security issues constrained with a tall fence around a narrow area rather than a broader and broader area over time. Well, I think climate change is a very good example. Certainly, many American companies in China are helping with technology, and in many other areas, life sciences for pandemic prevention, for example. And these are areas that we could collaborate for the good of mankind. So the key phrase within that report is that we shall manage the competition with China responsibly. And so the alliance building, economic deepening with the rest of Asia will continue. That does not mean a diminution or a reduction of our ties with China. I would expect our economic ties to increase. I think that many people had expectations that the bilateral relationship would improve under the Biden administration. There has been a redefinition, but not an improvement. So I think the major innovations, if you will, of the Biden administration is to an emphasis on values in diplomacy and international relationship, and an emphasis on strengthening alliances. And I would say in both cases, it has achieved its objectives. This has not helped US-China relations, however, and indeed may have exacerbated already a tense situation. Now, we must be careful that actions in one don't affect the domestic politics of the other. The main lesson, in my view, of 50 years ago is that both nations, indeed all nations, should live up to their commitments. And I think if both sides reviewed and reiterated their commitments made at that time, 50 years ago, that the world would be a safer place.